Hi, everyone. This is Carolyn Speaks, the State of Our World, on Friday, June 30, 2023. So, what is it? Good, bad, or indifferent? Well, let's check it out. Some of the major headlines: Supreme Court strikes down affirmative action in colleges, but keeps it for military academies. Roundtable. Okay. Well, military academies, they want to get as many people into the military. Affirmative action, bring in the black and brown people and sacrifice them in the wars, but leave the white people alone. But let the white people go into the colleges. Okay. Now, is Supreme Court's gay wedding case built on a lie? Man at center of the story says he's straight. So this woman claims that she doesn't want to be forced to do a website for a gay couple, but we don't really know who is the uh, person who is claiming to having a plaintiff. Okay, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Apparently, there may not even be a gay couple just looking for a wedding planner. I don't know. That's terrible. And, but you go into a store and you can buy things, and there's no restrictions on who can come into the store. Uh, so I don't understand why these people have brought this to the Supreme Court. Uh, you can, if you are a gay couple and you want to plan a wedding, why would you go to someone who doesn't like gay people? There's so many people out there who can do a wedding uh, website for you, or make a wedding cake, or whatever. I don't know. All right. Supreme Court case to end Biden student loan cancellation plan relies on unwilling participants. Okay. So who's the unwilling participant? Okay. Unfortunately, they're going to have to uh, go around what the Supreme Court wants to do. Apparently, the Missouri Higher Education Loan Authority doesn't like this idea. I don't know why. That's terrible. And, uh, but then again, if you take out a loan, you agree to pay it. And you may need some help. So I don't know. Also, what arrogance looks like. Supreme Court Justice Alito's ruling versus EPA allegedly violates ethics. Okay, Alito uh, has um, written the opinion for a lawsuit brought by someone who doesn't want to abide by EPA laws and protect wetlands. So I don't know. So we'll have to see. Um, uh, it appears that mega donors to the Republican Party um, are getting favors from the Supreme Court. Okay, so we'll see what happens. Uh, yeah, evidently there was a case brought by Sackett versus Environmental Protection Agency, which gutted protections for U.S. wetlands under the Clean Water Act. And this person, um, his wife, Baumgartner, Alito, had an agreement with the Citizen Energy to earn revenue from any oil and gas produced on her land in Oklahoma, which he inherited from her father. So, Alito did not disclose his connection to the plaintiff. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. All right. Now, also, um, Supreme Court bars affirmative action at colleges exempts the military and legacy admissions. Okay, that's great. California Task Force recommends reparations for harms of slavery and racial discrimination. Okay. And Supreme Court Samuel Alito ruled against EPA as wife leased land to oil and gas firm. Definitely, he should have recused himself. Okay. Death toll from heat wave hits 112 in Mexico, 14 in southern U.S. Climate change. Help the people. Mike Pence pledges support for arming Ukraine during a surprise trip to Kyiv. Good. Biden molds cluster bombs for Ukraine as reports emerge of Kyiv's use of banned landmines. Okay, landmines are banned, but they're using them, and cluster bombs are even worse. So, I don't know. That is terrible. 400 arrested across France in third night of protests over police killing of 17-year-old. Hope they resolve that. So they have the same kind of problems we have. UK court rules Conservatives' plan to deport asylum seekers to Rwanda unlawful. Okay, Conservatives, you're going to have to change your thoughts. Okay, protests erupt in Baghdad over our Quran burning out. Oh, okay. Protests erupt in Baghdad over Quran burning outside a Swedish mosque. That is terrible. Officer who failed to intervene in Parkland massacre found not guilty of criminal charges. Okay. New York City mayor faces tenant anger over rent hikes as record 100,000 people enter shelters. Why don't you have, okay, why don't you have decent housing at decent rent rates? Okay. Alright, that's terrible. Alright, now, what else? Christine King Farris, last surviving sibling of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., passes away at 95. Thank you for your service. Over 200 million over 200 million in the U.S. and Canada face extreme weather alerts from smoke and heat. And fighting resumes in Sudan as Eid al-Adha ceasefire collapses. That's terrible. Hold the British accountable. Sudan, former British colony. French police arrest 150 in second night of protest over police killing of 17-year-old. Okay. U.S. ambassador offers rare rebuke of Israel at United Nations. Yes, attacking the Palestinians, destroying their homes, killing their animals, killing them, destroying their crops. Terrible. U.S. Navy deploys largest nuclear-armed submarines to South Korea. Okay. All right. How are we doing time-wise here? Okay. Okay, I'm back. I'd like to sing a little song. Amazing Grace, very old song, very nice song. I don't know who wrote it. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found, was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. Through many His grace hath brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. Okay, that was Amazing Grace. I hope you liked it. Thank you for tuning in this evening of June 30, 2023 for another meeting of Carolyn Speaks State of the World. Hope you join us again in the future. Take care of yourself and others. Wear a mask, practice social distancing, and a vaccine is available and right for you. I would take it. We had ours. And remember, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Signing off on Friday, June 30, 2023. Good night. Stay safe.